Let's start with the preparation steps we should go through before we actually move our code to some server. Now, the first step is the obvious one. We develop our app and we test our code. And we did this throughout this course. We continuously added features and we always tested this. And of course, you want to really test different scenarios, also test with different users, on different devices maybe, and also what was not the focus in this course, you of course also want to ensure that your scripts and your CSS code works across a broad variety of browsers. But the exact steps there really depend on the kind of application you're building. So let's assume everything works fine there and we're happy with the result we got. Well, then we want to move on to the next step before we actually move our code to the servers. We want to swap our URLs, which point at localhost or anything like that, for real URLs, which point at a backend, so to the server where our app really is hosted on. And we also want to make sure that any credentials or API keys we're using in our code, both on the backend or the front end, are prepared for deployment so that they are production ready, that we maybe locked down access to certain IPs or whatever we want to do there. And we want to look into environment variables there, and we will do so here in this course, so that we can easily swap certain values for testing locally and for deployment. So you will see how we could do that in this module. And once all of that is done, we want to build our application, most importantly our front-end application, which means we want to build the code, optimize it, and bundle it to have as small of a code as possible, and then deploy it to a server. And once our application is deployed, of course the work doesn't stop. Thereafter, we want to test this deployed application as well and check that everything is working. And of course, even once your app is up and running, you want to monitor it and maybe adjust it, bug fix, and so on. So let's now go through these steps and ensure that by the end of this module, we have our application running on real servers.